This is my 1991 Honda CRM 250.
And in the last video, I tried to fix it and sell it for a profit, and after months of hard work, when the buyers turned up to buy it, an engine noise scared everybody away. So let's try and find out what it is and see if we can fix it.
Behind this cover is the crankshaft with the flywheel and stator. So I think the noise that people are hearing around this area isn't the bottom end, but the balance shaft that runs through the engine. Let's take a look.
Okay, so right here you can see the balance shaft. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to take apart the other side of the bike again, take the clutch out and remove the balance shaft and replace all the bearings and seals to get rid of that bottom end noise that we've been hearing. And here we go. Yeah, perfect. Next, we need to drain the coolant so it doesn't all end up inside the gears. Nobody told me that when you remove this bolt, the coolant comes squirting out at you at pretty high force. Don't stand in direct line of fire, it will just go all over you. There it comes, there it comes, there it comes. Huh? Huh? What? Why is it not coming out? Oh, there it goes. Okay, airlock of some sort. Yeah. Okay, alright. Oh my god. Jesus. There we go. Oh. Okay, what is going on here? Wonderful. Oh great. Significantly more oil. Ooh, the seal looks pretty good still. I'm just going to check the torque on that nut on the balance shaft and make sure it's actually tight. Apparently it's 54 Newton meters, so I'm just going to wedge a bit of plastic in here. Yeah, still loads of play. Okay, let's take it apart. And that is the other half of the balance shaft, or the other 3/4 should I say. It does look a little worn, you can see where the needle roller bearings have been sort of indenting into it. But we will replace all the bearings and we're going to replace the balance shaft as well, because I'm sure the bottom end's fine. I think it's just this that's making all the noise and scaring away the buyers. So wish me luck, let's get it apart and get the new parts ordered. We've now pulled this out a little bit, or just enough, so we should have to slide this out hopefully. Now that's out of the way, and we can get that bearing out. Alright, first time using a bearing puller. Let's see if this works. That seems... oh, just right. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to stick this in there. Now I need to just tighten that down a bit. And this should pull the bearing out, hopefully. Wow. Nice. That's so easy. Okay, bearings, thrust washer. So all the parts look like they are here. They are present, nothing's missing. I think everything's just a bit worn. That's awesome. Oh man, I love this. This is sick. Oh, that is in there. Does not want to come out. Okay, we've managed to get the seal out. That was a little bit of a pain without the right tool, but literally just using the hammer, just got it in there, pulled it, and it came right out nice and easy. Now we just need to get this bearing out of here, this needle bearing. Can we just break the cage and then get them out that way? Yeah, break the cage, that works. There we go, there's the cage out. Now let's get all the bearings out nice and quick. Yes! Yes! Alright. We're ready for the rebuild. We just need to order all the parts and wait for them to come from America, I think. It's been a few days since I took the balance shaft out and there's been a lot of problems and solutions being thrown around. Also, this is back outside now, going in for an MOT in 2 days, and then we're going to spend a lot more money on this and make it really, really, really fast. I thought I had a company that could supply a new balance shaft, all the bearings, everything I needed.
You thought wrong, dude.
Turns out the balance shaft and the needle bearing that I destroyed, obsolete. They don't make it anymore.
Oh, hell no.
So my options were, don't put a balance shaft back in, just block up the holes and don't run it, which would free up energy from the crankshaft to go to the back wheel, effectively free power. Or there was a second-hand balance shaft and needle bearing, low mileage from China.
China.
But it turns out there's a company in the UK that refurbishes these balance shafts and has the bearings.
Yes, that's awesome.
Perfect, absolute lifesaver. And on top of that, yesterday I picked up a new bike. Not a bike like this, something my usual followers are gonna love.
Who's that Pokémon?
Right, so we're gonna send the balance shaft off for repair, and we need to now remove the rear suspension. Let's look at that real quick. Why are we removing it, you may wonder? Well, it's something that potential buyers pointed out to me as being problematic. You may remember in the last video, I said, so bouncy this. I want a bed made of this. It's not supposed to be super bouncy. I didn't know it's my first dirt bike. I thought that's how it was supposed to be for bumps and stuff. It's got no rebound, I think is what they said. It's not dampening, basically. You can tell it's leaking, which I didn't realise, because it passed an MOT just fine. It's coming up way too quick. And that is what they were doing when they were testing it. With this bike being super old and rare, it's hard to get parts for this. Luckily, I found a company that can rebuild this suspension, so we're going to pull it off the bike and get it restored. You look in there, it's leaking crap all out. If you look there, there's a tube, goes round to a canister on the other side of the bike. This canister right here, it's supposed to be filled with nitrogen, so this isn't something I can do. I can't rebuild this. I'm going to give it to a professional, let them take care of it, and refill this nitrogen chamber, along with replacing all the seals. Should be able to pull the suspension out now. Damn, that is so easy. So if it goes back in nice and easy. Oh god, how long is this? Is it going to come out or is it going to get stuck? Don't tell me the chain's in the way. This. Yeah, will that drop out? So I've just pulled this off, this little roller for the chain, and the chain's dropped down. Now we might be able to get this bolt out. Yes. Out comes this. Oh yeah. Oh, excellent. It's out. I feel like a fisherman. So we're going to take this to Ace Suspension in Burnley, and we're going to send a balancer shaft off to Leisure Trail UK. They already have one that's been refurbed for me, but they're going to take mine off me to reduce the price of the new refurbished one, plus the bearings and everything else that I need. Finally, after 2 very long weeks, the rear suspension has been fully rebuilt, and it cost me 150 quid. And we also have a new balance shaft that's been refurbished and new bearings, but first we're going to get this installed, then we'll take a look at that. Come on. We're almost there. Yeah, that's it. We got it. We got it. There's one thing I hate. It's doing work on vehicles, having to be on your back. Perfect. And then that's going to go in there like that. That does not want to line up at all. We got it. We got it. Just gotta lift the wheel up. There we go. Mix and match. That suspension's like now. Oh yeah, that is miles different. Oh wow. Oh yeah. Oh, that feels way stiffer under your ass now because it's not springy. Oh wow, that is amazing. It definitely needed rebuilding. Oh wow, yeah, what a difference. What a difference. Okie dokie. And that's it, done. This is how they refurbish the balance shaft. They sleeve it. How cool is that?
So with this method, you can always rebuild these, restore these with this shaft, and then the needle bearing is going to go over this. And obviously they supply a different needle bearing that isn't obsolete. So yeah, let's hope this fixes that loud engine noise and gets rid of any rattling. Oh, what the Great.
Definitely no play in that crankshaft. Sounds good. That's it, in. Alright, we got genuine Honda. That was easy. Okay, let's just offer this up real quick and just see. Ooh. Wow. I've not even put the other side on and bolted it all in, and there is no play at all. Oh, great, that could be it then. That's probably issue resolved. So I've just spent a good hour on schematics for the balancer shaft, how it goes in the engine. So I remember there's this washer that goes somewhere behind the gear here, but it isn't behind the gear and in front of this bearing. So I pulled the bearing back out. I believe it goes behind the bearing, but in everyone's YouTube videos, no one takes these bearings out. No one's ever done it. They just rebuild around it and leave the old bearings in. But it looks like this actually does go right here in the case, like that. So I've got to try and keep that there and get this bearing in without this moving out the way and getting jammed. If we put the balancer shaft there, the bearing should, in theory, stay in place. And we'll knock this in now around that balancer shaft. And there we go. That is now seated. And we've got the washer in the right place. Awesome. There's a timing mark on the crankshaft with the balancer shaft. This little line right here needs to line up with this dot. This tiny little piece is going to go in there now. This washer, which says out on it, so it needs to face outwards and go on. Just going to wedge this piece of plastic right in here to lock these gears together whilst we tighten up this knot. Along with the balance shaft, Leisure Trail was also able to supply us with a new gasket for the clutch cover, so let's get this in place. Now we can put the engine oil in and the coolant, but I didn't even check if it was going through all the gears before I put the casing back on because I was kind of in a rush. But at this point I might as well put the gear oil in, start it up and see if it goes through the gears. Now this bolt I've just removed tells us how much oil should be in the bike, so when it starts coming out of that hole as we're pouring it in, that's the right level as long as you're on flat ground. Yep, there it comes. There we go. Okay, let's get the coolant in. No, let's not get the coolant in. I've not put that pipe back on, I know it. Yeah, it sounds a lot quieter. Oh, it sounds well different. Alright, so it does seem like it's definitely a lot quieter. As for the gears, I'm going to have to take it for a ride and test it and see if it is going through all the gears cleanly or not. But we're making progress. Right, let's see if the second gear works. Yep, straight in, nice and easy. Great. Oh, back end kicked out. But yeah, it seems like the gears are working, that's great. Yeah, that's third. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth, yep, all the gears are working. Yeah, she's running good. She's running good. God, it's got so much power. Finally, I think we've finally done it. Well, there's one more thing I need to fix. Yeah, she's sounding good now. That is excellent. The only thing left to do now is change that front brake disc. Oh my god, yeah. If we put the old one on top, you can see that huge gap right there. It's just not flat at all. And if we flip it over, oh yeah, that is bent to hell. That's really bad. Alright, let's get the new one on. And it's important that when you get new brake discs, always spray them down with some brake cleaner before you install them, because usually these are coated with some sort of oil to stop them from rusting.
Jesus.
Oh, my head. What's going on? Huh? The Typhoon? Where's the Honda? Oh, thank God, it was all a dream. I never actually bought a Honda and spent months working on it. Thank God. I think it's time to get back to what matters.
If you've enjoyed the content so far, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers this year. Oh yeah, I almost forgot.